flat, well, wide trough. It's going to be over the south. What does this mean? Wet weather will occur throughout the Great Lakes region, and perhaps that could be you, wildly Kion. And some more wet weather in parts of California and the Pacific Northwest, and a few parts in the desert Southwest. Maybe some in Florida. And finally, by Sunday night, there's going to be a trough just off of the California coast. But yeah, it looks like as though it's strengthening with the system, a lot of spin to it. And another one in the Pacific Northwest, another one in Minnesota. And I think there's a connected one to the south of which in Nebraska. There's going to be a ridge over western Texas. And another trough, it kind of looks like just off of the Florida coast, on the east coast of Florida, and over the northeast in New England. Now, what does this mean? This means there's going to be plenty of wet weather to go around in the Great Lakes region, perhaps in your area wild, unless it could be over, just pass by, all the way towards Oklahoma and Kansas. And some wet weather, some storms will occur throughout the desert Southwest and parts of California, and as well as the northern Rockies, Bitterroot Mountains, and all the way to the western part of the Great Basin. And could be some in South Florida. Now let's take a look at the tropics. Okay, let's start off here, and may have spoiled some things for y'all. Yeah, way more rain this September compared to last year's. Really? Like, has it always been raining in your area wild every September throughout your life and beyond that? Just a curiosity, though. Gabrielle is right here, and we start from right here. That's now, and could be another system that could be brewing in near Africa. Okay, it's connecting good. Now let me. Okay, so this is Gabrielle right here, and this is as of Saturday night. And that's in 2 days from now. And where's it going to go? Well, this one it barely has any chance because you get this upper level wind, so it's going to disrupt the system. What good would that do, right? Then gather strength, goes near Bermuda, but then it'll just curve out to sea. But yet, system, a wave could form, but with all this uniform looking type of upper level winds, that may not happen, but yet dry Sahara dust could get the system to weaken, because if it gets sucked into it, then it's game over. But let's see what happens in the Gulf and the Caribbean. Not much. So that thing's out of here now. Let's see, this would be as of Tuesday night. Something could form right here, just northeast of Puerto Rico. Not much in the Gulf. And not much is happening, but something could form in the southwestern part of the Gulf. But yeah, maybe something in the Caribbean, and maybe right here as of next Wednesday. Then maybe something, maybe a tropical storm, maybe a tropical depression or whatever. And this right here, something could happen, but that could be plenty of storms. Usually, we often get quite a bit of rain in September, but last year we barely got any. Yeah, I remember that wild. Last September, like, we ended up getting a what they call an Indian summer. It's like this type of weather event where you end up, well, in our case, during the fall months where it's warm, it's hot, but yet dry. That tends to be a problem for us because that tends to cause us some drought problems. And in fact, there was one thing that hold on that that a lot of people were talking about, and that's a thing called the quote unquote Rex block. It's like this setup, the weather patterns where you have an upper level, where you have a trough that goes under a ridge, but yet that tends to create some kind of blockage where warm air is allowed into the Northeast, even at times where it's supposed to be chilly. And in places like the South, it would get cooler in a not so normal way. And no, I'm not talking about snow. I have a friend who works at a local TV station nearby, and yeah, she definitely hit the nail with a hammer. It's an expression, where she did well in explaining what a Rex block is. This is next Thursday night, but since this is next Thursday night, I might as well just skip over some stuff. I mean, basically what you're just seeing is just too early to call, yet speaking too soon, using the GFS model. And now we changed the models to the European model. That's Gabrielle right here. Yeah, I heard about that Indian summer. Yeah, that part, Wild. I'll probably get to it. I mean, that could be the weather topic of the day, Wild. What is an Indian summer? Hold on a minute. Yeah, Wild. I'm gonna do the weather topic of the day at the end of the stream, which stops at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So we got plenty of time for that. That may be a little bit of a spoiler. See, using the European model. See, this is Gabrielle. Then we move on to 24 hours. Looks like as though that in 24 hours it's gonna get its act together. Then after that, yeah, not much is okay. Yeah, this system is definitely gonna get its act together, but it's very small. It's quite concentrated in a small area, which means that there could be some development going. That's as of this coming Saturday night, but then it gets near Bermuda, but then gets kicked out and head east. But throughout the rest of the Atlantic, it's quite there's a lot of wind shear in the upper part of the atmosphere throughout the tropical Atlantic, the Caribbean, and much of the Gulf. So hardly any chance of development going forward. Maybe to the northeast, there is some chance of development by Tuesday night. Then you end up by next Thursday night. Not much is developing. Plenty of strong upper level winds are all over the place. Get this upper level high that's right here. Then after that, it's all just a guessing game. With the European model after 7 days. Let's see the Canadian model, CMC. Yeah, I don't know if this is Gabrielle. This could be Gabrielle. Yeah, so in the next 48 hours, it's going to get its act together, but it's going to hit a trough, and like every other model, this one's going to get picked up. But something could form behind it, coming out of Africa by Tuesday morning of next week. But by next Thursday night, something could form. But however, it's all just a guessing game after that, because after the next 7 days, it's too early to call. But yet something could form using the Canadian model. But right now, it's too early in the game. Then you got Gabrielle, and according to the projected path, that it's going to slowly intensify, going into Sunday, but then it becomes a hurricane by Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and then it'll brush near Bermuda, whether if it's going to make direct impacts or not, and then it'll head east, and then eventually weaken. Though right now, Tropical Storm Gabrielle, its maximum sustained winds are at 50 miles an hour. It's moving west-northwest at 13 miles an hour, and this is as of the 5 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Advisory number 7, Thursday, September 18, 2025, from the National Hurricane Center. And as for this one coming out of Africa, this one has no chance of developing within the next 48 hours, but 20% chance of development within 7 days. But now, let's transition to Radar Omega. Okay. Now we change gears. Now, what about this tropical system that have been affecting places like the desert Southwest? Well, it's going to get picked up like every other system that heads north. It's going to get picked up, and then it'll end up becoming part of the system that's going to be part of the desert Southwest. It could bring in some more wet weather, but let's see, using the models. Let's talk about temperature first. So where are the warm lows? They're in South Florida, they're in Mississippi and Alabama, parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. Desert Southwest. Chilly lows are in the Sierra Nevadas, Rocky Mountains, and parts of the Great Basin, and the interior parts of northern New England. Oh yeah, and as well as Nebraska. Oh, and also wildly, Cayon, just so you know, your area, it's going to be like barely or no more than 10 degrees Celsius in your area, wild. Let's see what's going to happen. While your place is going to be around in the low teens degrees Celsius, while for tomorrow night. Where the heat waves, they're in much of the East Coast up until you get to New York. The lower to mid parts of the Mississippi Valley and parts of the Ohio Valley, Texas, Oklahoma, desert Southwest, and the leeward side of the Cascades, some parts in Southern California. Where the chilly highs, they're in the interior parts of the Northeast. For Saturday morning, where the warm lows, they're in South Florida, Southern Arizona, and Southeast California. Chilly lows. It's going to get really cold in the Finger Lakes region of New York State, and it's going to be really chilly throughout much of New England. And more in the Rocky Mountains. but yet some chilly weather, chilly